Hooray! There's like an intro in here somewhere. You know, that sort of thing, right? Hard to do. Wow.
Hey.
That was really choppy, or it stopped early for some reason.
Well, it only takes 5 seconds, so.
Yeah, I heard the first, 2 seconds. And then here we were. Anyway, good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. And tonight I am here with I am the Leprechaun.
Hi, diddly do neighbors.
And Lord WeiRd.
What up?
You look comfortable. Man, you're all laid back over there.
Ooh,
and Professor Greenman and Raynwulf.
Hello. Yeah, here in the Kingdom of Willows.
And I think Qamar and Edwin are going to be joining us here presently. But for now, this is where we're at. Hey, Erwina, how are you? I see you out there. And I see Lady Ash and Cool Gamer and Ingvi. Hi, everybody. It's welcome back. It feels like I've been gone forever, actually. So, just so you guys know, I don't know why, but my sound is wonky tonight, and I can barely hear any of you. So, if I ask you 3 million times to repeat yourself, please forgive me. I have my volume as loud as it will go, and I don't know what's wrong with it. So I don't know.
Lolly clearly needs a headset.
Yeah. What I actually need to do is get my new interocitor all nice and configured so I can have that here at the store and not have to be on my magic mirror doing this instead. But here we are. Let's see. So it was a pretty crazy weekend. I guess before I jump into everything, I should do our regular opening things. I think that this week, what did we decide we were gonna do with the bell? We were gonna flood the bell. Am I recalling correctly?
Yes. Were we flooding the bell or fireflying the bell?
Like, subscribe, and flood the bell. To get notifications of our future shows and whatever. And also, the reason for the flooding of the bell, you will find out here in the very near future. It was a pretty exciting weekend at Mythmusica. So I don't think I've had that much excitement at an event in a really long time, years long time. So, I do want to give a shout out to tonight's show sponsor as well, one of our Patreon patrons and fairyblossom vendors, Lunar Mansion, and they can make deliciously, Lucretia, I love your words, deliciously inclusive stage to streetwear to adorn and evoke wearers' inner divinity. Sustainability and sexiness are key elements of all our designs. Mermaids, aerialists, dancers, and fabulous creatures of all stripes delight in the flaunting their fire in the mansion. Stop by and see how you shine in Lunar Mansion's unisexy accessories. Boy, that was a unisexy accessories. Tops, bottoms, and outerwear. And they also have illuminated headdresses, of which I have at least one and can attest that they are beautiful and awesome. So if you guys have never met Lucretia, you're missing out. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul and person. And I would advise you to go check out their work down there. That's their Instagram going in the low bar. So thank you, Lunar Mansion, for your support. I'm just being wacky tonight, so I'll leave that up there for you guys. Let's see. Here we are. So how was everybody's week this week? Before we jump into the craziness that was Mythmusica this weekend, or at least the teardown for Mythmusica, because the actual event was pretty chill and cool. Ion, how What news in your corner of the realm?
Well, let's see. I got to practice my retail skills by manning the fairy apothecary. Um, they're not as good as I'd hoped they'd be, but I did do it. So that's fun and excitement right there. Uh, I did have an argument with a mustard dispenser on the way, but that's besides the point.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I can tell that you're talking. I heard about like 4 words and all of that. So I figure everybody else can hear you though. So they can talk to you instead and I'll just smile and look like I know what's going on.
That's fair.
By argument with a mustard dispenser, I mean that rather than spraying mustard on the hot dog that I was trying to get, it sprayed it all over me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That sounds awful.
But the spots aren't here anymore, so that's good. So
Also, Lucretia is the best. Definitely go buy from her.
oh yeah, totally. Lord Void must be next.
Well, I made Lord Voivode big, so I guess he can go next. I made him big though because whatever is on that print behind you, when you lean back, it looks like you've got this crown of like starry light around your head. And I was like, are you wearing? Yeah.
It's
I was like, are
actually
you wearing a crown? What's happening right now?
this is actually I just wanted to have something to cover up this. As you can probably see, the ugly there. The ugly wallpaper, yellowish wallpaper behind me. I needed this as a background, but this is actually a hooded blanket from a company called Lunfide, and it's actually has Odin's ravens, and this is some Plutarch runes in a circle. So yeah, it does kind of looks like a halo when I lean
Yeah.
back.
Well, right now you're like 1 inch by 1 inch in front of me, and it absolutely looks like a cool starry crown.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you'll find that it's a hooded blanket.
Oh.
I could I could try raising the pitch of my voice to equal the size of me that you're looking at.
I really heard nothing of what Ion just said, but I feel like from Lord Voivode's laugh and Qamar's reaction of no, that it must have made a pun. Because that's normally how the reaction.
He used the voice
This
from.
is going to be a fun night. I'm just going to try to guess at what everybody is saying based on facial reactions and, baseball signs.
Yeah.
Stealing second base, but oh man,
That's right.
Who's on first?
Well, Qamar and Edwin, how are you guys? How has your last week been?
It's been really nice, actually. Sorry, we've got a
My
fizzy
soda
beverage.
is trying to scream at me.
It's been really nice, actually. It's been really peaceful and calm and little frustrations. That's what happens when you're moving.
I was gone for 3 days.
What's happening?
I don't know. I don't think she can hear us.
Lolly, can you hear us?
no, Lolly
I
can't.
can only hear you if I'm this close to my camera.
Big eye.
Hold
Oh
on.
my god. What?
The eyes have it.
Put it in this.
Is that better?
Would you like to look at my eardrum?
I
The
don't think we
No.
want to look at your
No,
eardrums, Polly.
absolutely not.
all-seeing eye of Lolly.
At least you're not looking at my mouth.
I think that would be worse, honestly. I don't want. No, thank you.
Can anyone else hear us fine?
Yeah, we can all hear you.
Amy, how?
It's just
Nope.
Lolly.
I'm gonna shut up.
Did you tell him you were volume?
It's the all-seeing eye of Lolly. She
I was gonna ask
Lolly
how
doth
high
gaze.
Lolly's volume is, because it's kind
the only way to
It
stop
could be.
Lolly's gaze is to surrender to the Urukai. So
of can't hear anybody.
Yeah, it's because she has lots of practice, sort of thing.
Yeah. Which is,
It's not her magic mirror.
So I'm guessing that we've gotten enough of an update from Qamar and such. So I guess next is why don't Professor Greenman and Raynwulf, want you to tell us about your Mythmusica experience?
Okay.
Oh man, you guys, where do you want to start?
It's all three of us.
Shall we start with the cluster intercourse at Thursday?
Oh no.
Crust or something.
Did you say what I thought you said?
I said cluster intercourse.
Did
As
you
opposed
say
to
that?
cluster other word.
It's not quite 8:30 yet, so they can't use the right word.
I'm just trying to
Oh,
see whether or not I can actually enter the
okay.
video from someplace different.
Oh, that makes more sense. It took me a second.
My
Even after.
thing.
Come on, got it.
Yes. Thursday morning, as we were getting ready to move everybody, my
Yeah,
entire
that's right.
crew of 10 people in one vehicle
The land dragon.
down to the site. I set off at 7 o'clock in the morning to go pick up a trailer. At 7:05, I had a flat tire.
The land dragon broke his leg.
Yes.
Stubborn.
And after a lengthy wait for the Land Dragon repair people, they finally found out that I didn't have my jack anywhere. And we had to hunt everywhere, high and low, to find it. And once I finally got back on the road again, I got to pick up the trailer, and someone had parked their Land Dragon in front of it. So I had to wait another hour for them to find the person who did that and move that, so I could finally go load the trailer.
Oh, geez.
Having loaded the trailer, we picked up people, and we actually made it down in good time. Got our first crew down there just shortly after 2 p.m.
Yes.
I went back for the second route, and we got back somewhere around 9:30, I believe. At which point we went down to pick up Lolly. That was another adventure for her, because her flight, even though it was delayed, we were delayed more.
Lots of waiting.
But that was Thursday. We did rescue the princess and got her back to the site, and everything was then copacetic.
And then Friday, everything's set up just fine.
Yeah, Friday actually went well on that. Saturday morning, we started Mythmusica, and everybody had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Can you guys hear me?
I'll let you take over.
Yes, we can hear you, Lolly.
We can
So,
hear you, yeah, but there's a
I'm on the
second
laptop,
version
which
of
means
you.
it'll probably drop out every 30 seconds, but at least I can hear what you're saying. So I guess there's that.
Yeah, you're a lot clearer too.
Lolly, we're actually at Saturday now. Do you want to start there?
Do I want to start on Saturday? Okay, well, so
The event
let's
itself.
see. Did I upload any of the videos yet? I'm trying to.
Discord, I think you did.
There were some still photos of a few things.
Yeah.
You did a video of the Firefly.
I did do a video of the Firefly, but I'm pretty sure I have some video or at least some photos of the Magic Wand duel. So on Saturday, basically started about long about the afternoon time, we started our wand dueling, and we had about 10 people in total. A couple of them sort of rotated out, so we had eight at any given time. And so that was like teams of 4, but we did our first round of Magic Wand dueling 1-on-1. And then we did the second, after we had narrowed everything down, and we got our first, second, and third place folks. The first place winner became team leader number 1, and then team leader number 2 volunteered first, and so got team leader number 2 position. And they both selected their teams of duelists, and so we had 2 teams of 4 duelists going against each other in a group battle. And eventually there came a winner of that, best 2 out of 3. And Professor Greenman awarded the invocation for the balefires to the winner, which happened to be the team leader. Mason, was that his name?
His boyfriend?
Murray's boyfriend, yes.
Yes, Mason. Yeah.
Mason, yes.
Yeah. So Mason was the person that got to hold on to that, and then both teams went in search at that point for the keeper of the fire crystals, and in order to find the fire crystals to make the fire that was in the fire pit into a balefire. Actually, there wasn't a fire yet. We had to build it, and that turned out to be a little bit of a challenge because the humidity was so high that it was actually difficult to build a fire. But we did get a fire going, and everybody did eventually find the keeper of the fire crystals, and then they gave them to Professor Greenman in order to sprinkle into the fire as we read the invocation, pointing our magic wands that we had just learned, how to very skillfully point at people. I hear, is that me with the feedback?
I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know either. I'm stupid. There's
Does
Possibly.
it sound like a song?
I have nothing to drink here. Oh man, I might have to get some water in a second. But yeah. So anyway, we did get a little green fire in there, and we got the balefire going, and got our invocation and magic spell. So congratulations to the Kingdom of Rolling Hills for being the second kingdom to have its balefire lit. So the second kingdom in the new grand collection of kingdoms, and good job. And then I guess like after that, it was just pretty much we listened to a lot of music. Somewhere in there, I personally went and did the wine and cheese tasting business to try the wines out from Royal Rabbit. Let's see. I got a geocache hidden out there. I have to make a couple of edits to it, and then it will hopefully be live. Let's see. Oh, go away thing. Weird. You guys are all frozen on one screen, but I can see you moving on the other screen. I know it's stupid. Whatever.
Mythmusica itself went off well.
Yes.
Then there was Sunday.
Then there was Teardown.
Sunday was interesting, to put it mildly.
That was when the crazy began.
Yes. Again, we were ferrying people back and forth to get them home. Our first trip back did quite well for the first 2 hours, at which point we drove into a deluge. I mean, I have seen rain come down hard, but the official word is we got almost 10 inches in an hour.
Wow.
It was flash flood for sure.
Yes, we had flash floods everywhere.
You even.
Unfortunately, one of those flash floods directed us into the city of Reading,
Pennsylvania.
Reading, Pennsylvania. When there is flash flooding in Reading, Pennsylvania, you cannot leave.
It was like a bad horror movie. Like every exit to the town was either flooded with water, or had emergency vehicles or barricades, or vehicles that were stuck in the flood, blocking all of the exits. No matter where we went, there was no exit for like 3.5 hours.
We tried 4 different routes.
Yeah, the one time that we got out and we made it into the next town, the first immediate road we went down blocked off, and we had to turn around and go back to Reading. So it was
crazy.
It was I'm trying to see if I can get my TikTok to pull up. I bet Ion could get my TikTok to pull up, and then we could screen share.
Yeah, it sounds like a pain in the butt.
It was the craziest. I used to wonder how people
Our
get
5-hour round trip turned into a 6-hour one-way trip.
Yeah, no kidding. That is not excuse me,
Sounds
not untrue.
awful. I think I'd hate that.
Yeah.
I used to wonder
And I
how
still got
people
nose and
got stuck.
You,
26
Like,
hours.
how do you not see the water coming, right? Like, I used to, but
you guys were in
now
the
I know. It's,
I was back at site.
it's just
Yeah.
like you think to yourself, oh, it's rain and it's coming down and I'm just going to drive and get to my location. But what happens is it fills up like in the sewers and in the pipes and other such things. And then those things overflow. And all of that then creates this surface level flood. And you don't realize that it's just like the more that you drive to get to your destination, the higher and higher and higher the water is rising. And the next thing you know, you're now just driving through, feet of water. So it was pretty fascinating. It was fascinating from, I guess, the stance. I've never really experienced anything like that.
It sounds horrifying.
Real time.
Actually.
What?
I said that sounds horrifying, actually. But-
It was definitely pretty scary at times. That's
Yeah.
I,
Weren't you
like
afraid the water was gonna like leak into the car or something?
it. We fortunately didn't get caught in, I think, really any water that was quite that high. But you can see, just like click on the first one there, Ion, with the green. That's the second one. Click on the first one. Yeah. So this is where it started. And this was water that was running along the side of the road where we were. It was just like on the shoulder of the road. And you could see that it was just kind of already this small little, river of water. That water there is water that is flying up above it was higher than the windows of the vehicle. As we drove through the water, it was like, when you drive through a big puddle and it splashes, that's what that was. But there was so much water, it was actually higher than the roof of the
Here we
car.
go.
Yeah.
Keep on going and do not stop. Yes.
This was just like the
scary.
Yeah. Like it was so deep there that we didn't know if we would make it when we went through, and we were just like, okay, just push on the gas and go. You could see where these cars are, like they're just driving. And so when we go, I put the camera off to the right and look at this. This is the road. The whole entire road is a river like this.
Yep.
And then this was this Walmart truck that was just stopped in the middle of the road.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh my God.
This bridge was.
That's not the ground.
Oh my God, the trees. Look at them. It's like up to all the way up to the leaves on
Oh, I
those
can't see
trees.
the other side.
And
the
I
bridge.
jumped out of the
Not
car. We got
okay.
stuck here for a minute. We got stopped, so I jumped out and I went over to
So
the
this
edge of the bridge.
Is a bridge.
Oh
And
no!
that
no.
is the water.
See
That's
how high it
scary.
is right
What
there.
the heck?
It's all the way touching the
Look, it's
underside
up
of the bridge.
the leaves and the trees.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it was.
So what's
so
terrifying is normally the river that
edge.
flows right there is 9 feet below where the bridge is.
No. If you fell in, you would be done for.
And that was the concrete potter, a propane tank. Look under the wheels of this car. It was just wood everywhere. It was just being washed downstream. This was under like pretty much every car. Just had massive amounts of, a log. It was pretty crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the beginning. I had more footage, but this was kind of what I thought was, well, at least for the short period of time that I had to make videos, that was kind of some of the highlights. But yeah, so it was really crazy and a little scary. You're like, oh, what happens if we just get stuck? Like, do we have to get out? Do we have to crawl out like Dukes of Hazzard style?
I really don't want to think about it.
You guys were driving, but I was back at site.
Yes.
Holy
Yeah. What
Tell
was
us
it like
about
there?
back
What
at
happened
site.
back at site? I never even got to hear.
Back at sight, all of a sudden you heard crash like thunder. You saw the lightning bolt and then just water everywhere. I mean, there was so much water. One of our producers made a boat, like an it, making the SS Georgie. It was so bad. My tent crumpled, imploded this way. The tent that we had over the food ripped out of the ground toward the winery. Toward the winery. And it was like stakes down. I mean, big stakes.
Literally
Big
12,
stakes.
12-inch steel stakes into the ground at an angle, and it's still ripped out.
Did you guys get like
So
thrown
it was
around at
windy
all?
then too, huh?
Yes, they got
Yes.
some wind.
Luckily, the food tent was repairable.
Yes.
But our tent, our sleeping tent, it lasted. It lasted that night, and then we had to just toss it the next morning.
Yeah, it had rips in it, and the metal frame had crumpled. So
Crumpled.
You just tossed it and leaved it, and I pulled up quick to retrieve it.
It was horrible.
yes, but that was before we took Lolly to the airport the next day.
Yeah.
And then we had a pleasant morning.
Yes.
Yes. So that was worthwhile.
Right.
In spite of my having driven for 17 hours.
7 hours. You were forced to get sleep before coming back down to
I
site.
yes, my crew said you are going to take a nap. So
They took your keys and said, "There's the couch," right?
right, exactly.
You were done.
And then I came back the next morning and all was well.
Yep.
I
got
was
really good
very, even though the flash flood was kind of crazy and I didn't really like it. It was exciting, that's for sure. And then, to be honest, I like a little excitement, so that was pretty cool. But I think that, like, for me, I was ultimately really glad that I would have rather have been there on the ground than trying to have flown out that day. You know, that would have been so much scarier to be in that kind of weather up in the sky in an airplane. Oh man.
Well, actually, you probably would have flown over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
No. But
You made a good choice.
you did have something magic happen.
What?
Me?
Lolly.
Yeah.
Yes, you saw fireflies.
I did. Did I put those on my TikTok?
I think might have.
Let me look.
You did post it to your Facebook.
Nope, it was your Facebook. Shall look.
Okay, don't go there.
Roger Dodger.
Don't go.
Yeah, no, we don't have fireflies out here in the Kingdom of Storms. And so when I was sitting there, I think it was Saturday night that I first noticed them.
Yes.
Yeah, and we were just sitting out like after everything on Saturday night, and I was like, oh my gosh, what, like, is the field, it's twinkling, and I was like, those are fireflies. And then I was so excited, and then you guys caught them for me so I could actually see what one of them looks like close up, and I got its little butt, like, wee. It might be on my Instagram. Look on my Instagram.
I think I might have seen it on your Instagram, actually. Yeah.
Edwin looks like they're having so much fun. I don't even know how they can contain themselves.
Sorry. When I zone out, my face just goes, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. It's kind of funny because I feel like I recently saw another picture of you where you were
you totally
learning how to
did.
play pool, and you looked similarly excited. You were just like,
I was actually, that was when we were visiting my uncle out in Montana. And we were out playing pool, actually, and I was sitting there, and I was, like, hyper-focused. And my mom took a picture at some point, I guess. I didn't even notice. And she's like, wow, my kids look so excited.
You were
Yeah.
having a lot of fun.
I was actually having a ton of fun, though.
I can't pull up your Instagram without making an account. I don't want to do that.
Really? You shouldn't. You shouldn't need an account to look at it. Are you just at like Instagram.com/fairyprincesslolly?
I'll try that.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like that sounds about right because my mom, one time she was trying to get a knitting pattern. Instagram was like, "You want this pattern? You better sign up."
It's cruel. Yeah, cruel and unusual.
Do the thing. Gotta get you. Well, let's see. So I do have some updates on things for you guys if you would like to hear them. I sadly don't have anything for a giveaway tonight. I got into this as I got into the store this morning, which was the earliest I think I've ever arrived, to be honest. I got here early to meet with a vendor who, if you guys want to see, I'll take you to the, I just got done hanging them up. I'm going to have a dragon hatchery in the store. And so I met with them immediately, like before my store was even supposed to be open. Then my store is open and then more vendors came in. And basically for like the first 3 hours of being here, it was just all kinds of like meeting and customers and stuff and things. That's really just click close. So if you click on the video, it won't let you watch it unless you have an account, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
It usually lets you watch them if it's shared by somebody who has an account and you click on a link. I'll try and send one to Ion, I suppose.
We're gonna get this done. Yeah, no, Instagram is very like set in its ways.
It's so annoying is what it is. Like, honestly.
It's so meta, you know.
I wonder why.
That's funny.
Log in with Facebook. Bye.
I will say I got a lot of cool stuff off of Instagram, so I can't knock it too bad.
I mean, I fall down the Instagram rabbit hole of watching people that do the little tiny food making.
Yeah, I do that too.
I saw somebody do one that was basically that, but instead of, really tiny food, it was all felt, made to look like really tiny food.
Oh my god, I would watch that.
So like the steam bubbling off of the boiling water was actually like wisps of cotton.
Yeah.
And
What if
okay, that's pretty cool.
What if they're not making tiny food? What if they're just a giant making ordinary food, like Andre the Giant or something?
I suppose that's possible, but imagine them trying to use their phone to film that stuff. I mean, literally, they have to be using a tablet as like their phone.
Well,
Which also would be hilarious.
Just saying.
I understand. Yeah.
I think I missed part of that conversation because I don't understand. So
I was just joking. What if they're not making tiny food? What if they're a giant making ordinary size food?
Oh,
And their phones are giant too, so it looks tiny.
Their phones are like.
I think the favorite tiny food one I saw was the person making basically tiny burritos for a hamster.
That's amazing.
So cute.
It was funny because the hamster started eating it, and then you just see the hamster shove the rest of the tiny burrito in its mouth.
I wish I had the time to do stuff. Maybe not feed a hamster, but definitely I wish I had the time to like make these videos of these little teeny tiny things. I find it so adorable. Alas, I barely have time to think, I think.
Ah, you thought.
Well, I mean, I think I thought. What is thinking? What is thought?
One can be certain that if you are in fact doubting, there's in fact doubting going on.
I mean, are you doubting the doubting? I'm thinking that if I'm asking what is the thought, then that means I'm thinking about the thought, and therefore
That's right.
thinking it's happening.
Right. We're just following Descartes' reasoning all over the place right now. Yeah.
I think, therefore I am.
Yeah, that's where it gets to. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose, yeah.
It's a little woogie going from doubting to I'm the one doing it, but hey.
Well, if you're the one having the thought, then if you're the one having the doubt, then why would you think that somebody else is the one having the doubt?
Well, because he was doubting his own existence already.
Yes, but why would he be doubting whether or not he was the doubter?
Well, I'm saying the reasoning from doubting his existing to he's the one doing the doubting is less precise than the reasoning to get to the doubting's going on.
It's like a
I guess
brain melter.
It's also just going in loops.
All right. Apparently, this Instagram link it works, so we're gonna try that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
all right.
it works for Lord of Wood because he has an Instagram.
Right.
Well,
so it may work if you
Yeah.
I'll
try.
test it. It plays a video. All right, let me share.
Nice.
Hey, yay, I did it. I was
Edwin and
hopeful.
Qamar for the win.
Edwin and Qamar, the helpful tech support gremlins.
We could
What's
never be
that?
tech support.
We could never.
Okay, look, there it is. Do you see it? The
I
Fireflies.
know.
I know I have the one with his butt somewhere. I'm trying to remember where I put it though.
It reminds me
And,
of
like,
when
if
I
you-
was
you
visiting
look like
family in
back by the
Illinois and they
tree.
started like glowing.
Oh, weird. It's all stretched out. That's awkward.
Well, it's how it came up. What can I say?
That's okay. You could still kind of see the little lights. So I don't know where the one with his little glowy butt went though. It was so cute. And then I like slowed it down in slow motion so you could see it like do the thing.
I am sad to say that I know what happens when you squish them to get their glowy bits to be on you.
Why would you even say that?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Thank
why
you.
would you even say that? Yeah.
Why?
I did say I was sad to say that I knew what happens.
But you said, but why would you share that? We didn't want to know it.
Thank you.
Like we could not know what happens to them when they get squished. Like I don't. Why would
Could have gone our whole
I
lives.
to know that.
It is not as effective as when you cut open a glow stick and
So,
spread it
see,
on there.
he continues. You're like, why did you say
Why?
that? And he's like, well, let me just continue. Even though you've asked me to stop, I'm just going to keep going. And just like bring you more pain. Okay, Qamar, are you like, ugh, look, oh my God, this is your gift. One of the vendors that came in today brought it. Oh my God, it's so heavy. Here, I'm gonna unbiggen myself. Ugh. I don't know if you
know, but I don't think it's gonna do much for justice.
These are all beads. It's so dark.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to go through and check all of those sizes, aren't I?
Well, probably. I could probably help if we get a second crochet hook.
Well, the way I'm sitting tonight kind of has me in the dark a little bit because of the laptop. So let me see. Maybe I can actually turn this camera on, and then I can pull this one into the light so you can see a little bit better. Let's see. Where is it? Where's my other one? Oh, it's here, but it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay. There.
This is a little strange. 2 lollies.
You
Wow,
see
2 of them.
all of these beads?
It's lollyception that way.
Yeah.
That's so many beads.
Yeah, and they're not plastic. They're all like bags and bags of glass and metal beads.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my goodness.
Well, I'm all like leaned in.
Oh, one of these might have a hole in it. I'm not sure. Yeah. So I might have taken like a couple of beads.
Oh,
Mind.
dang! How could you? Like
I think
that? I'm
Qamar
totally gonna
will
notice the
notice.
difference.
Yeah.
Wow, it's almost as though there's still like 7 bags of beads.
I've got 3 beads, not bags of beads, just beads. But yeah, so they're all like really good beads. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Don't move stuff off it.
Okay, I have to get up, you guys. I'm leaving you to your own devices for a second. I really have to get something to drink. I'm so thirsty. So
Okay.
I will be back in just a second.
Are you ready?
We're being left
Wow.
for our own devices. Do we have devices?
I got lots of devices.
Many
I've got my
devices.
evil plot
So-
devices. I've got my main driven plot devices. I've got
Side plot
Um,
devices.
yeah. We've got
Quest
the
devices.
You said slide clock
Well,
and
if
slide.
red herring devices. I guess if that's a thing in writing. I don't know.
I don't know. It just sounds so divisive.
Background devices.
What'd you say, Greenman?
I said it sounds so divisive.
Would it sound less divisive if we called them contraptions?
Contraptions?
I think contraption gives it more of a steampunk feel.
Doohickey?
Thingamabobs. Thingamajigs.
Whatchamacallit?
Although that's candy bar, a delicious candy bar, by the way.
Okay.
I've never tried a whatchamacallit.
I don't think I have either.
Guys,
Do you like Krispies and do you like caramel and
I
chocolate?
do.
That's what's in a whatchamacallit. And
Although I
it's
can't have a lot of that because I always chew on my left side and I have the evil cavities. So
Oh no, not cool.
yeah. So it does not do the feel good.
Well, that just means you need to drink some holy water to make them good cavities.
That just means what? I can't hear you very well, Ion.
That you should drink holy water to make them good cavities.
Oh, it's because you're crispy.
He's crunchy.
Crunchy.
Turning off my phone. Don't give me that
So-
look.
What's next on the agenda?
Well,
And we're on top.
okay, so next on the agenda, I'm just gonna
It's not
I guess next on the agenda is the hedge game. So we're coming up on this weekend, this Friday, which is the 15th, and we have a hedge game this Friday at 8 p.m.
No,
in the hedge.
We should move this a little bit.
Because obviously I was at Mythmusica last Friday, so we're doing it this Friday instead. So get on the Discords. And if you were on the Discords already, then you might have seen, although this is not on the agenda, I do want to show it to you guys. I hope you don't mind. Let's
You're
see.
breaking from the agenda?
What is gender?
I am. I really am.
I on
Tisk.
what agenda?
Tisk. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Oh my God. Whisk,
What
whisk,
agenda?
whisk.
Can you prove that it's real?
How could you do this, Lolly? How could you break our hearts like this?
Very easily.
Before you throw my heart back on the floor.
She makes
So-
the agenda. She can break it.
Stop.
Make it, you break it, reshape it, and bake it.
Before you. No, how does that song go? Isn't it the one that always for Whamageddon at Christmas time? You know, like this Christmas, get last Christmas, keep my heart,
That would be
threw it away.
I can.
that would be Last Christmas by Wham. The song you're thinking of is I cannot remember who sings that.
Well, so if okay,
Mariah
so
Carey.
while you try to recall, wait, what's this? The sheer unadulterated anarchy. That's right.
Fix the
Out
yeah.
of control.
Oh, no, we're all grown up. We're all very adulterated.
All right. Well, it's technically 8:27. You have 3 minutes until you can have unadulterated anything. Careful without supervision. Okay.
Here patiently.
I really want to show you guys this because we're kind of in this year is sort of our year 2 of the prototype testing for the Magic Wand Dueling. But I finally got around. Yesterday, I just turned everything off and I started redesigning the cards for the Wand Dueling system. I got rid of a bunch of the wand spells that I didn't want or whatever, like revised them. So this is kind of what the new cards are meant to. Am I showing the right camera? Yeah, meant to be looking like. So you can see like we've got the fire.
Ooh.
And I've updated the bottom so you can see here's where it says this is a level 1 spell. Up here it tells you if this is an indirect spell, a shielding spell, or a direct spell. And then here we have like it's again level 1, the name of the spell, and then down here are kind of the instructions for how they all interact with each other. And so I just kind of wanted to show you guys because I think they look really cool with the border and the colors. So the air element, there's 7 elements, for, 1 for each tine of the fairy star, but I don't have all of them done. I've only got 4 out of the 7 done, so I'll be finishing the rest here in the next couple days. But this is what those of you who are going to be getting a level 3 spell for being backers on the Kickstarter. This is kind of what your new cards will look like, and they come in these awesome, rather thick. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can find a place where the light will show. Yeah, can you see how it's all glittery like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's holographic. It's hollow.
Holographic.
Yeah.
That's
There you
amazing.
That's pretty cool.
I think that once I've got all of these done and put together kind of in these proto decks, I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter. Let me unembiggen myself now. I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter so that I'd like to get an artist to do the art that goes on the back of the cards. And also just to have them printed up in the decks and whatnot. So I'm going to be moving towards that so that hopefully by the end of the year, we will have full decks here. And I guess I just wanted to say it as well, because I know that a lot has been going on with the, lately, and some of these things are related to the Kickstarter rewards that people are waiting on. So I just want you guys to know that, like, even though I haven't talked about it a lot, I am doing the stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Like the things are moving. I just haven't had time to be posting about it as much as I normally would. Fortunately, I've got some time a little bit here coming up, so I'll be getting to a bunch of this stuff that has been kind of like, taking a minute to get done. Other than that, that is everything that was on the agenda. And do you guys want to see the dragon hatchery that I'm building?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use this camera here because the other one is on a laptop, but the vocals here seem to be lame, so I'm gonna so it's gonna sound like I'm far away because I'm only using this camera. So hold on, here we go. So let me know if you guys can't hear me. What am I? Oh, I see.
Do you want me to begin the proper camera?
Yeah, go ahead and begin it. Oh my gosh, today was so hilarious. These guys came into the store and they're like, they work at a health club and they were coming by to kind of be like, hey, 1 week free at our club, blah, blah, blah. And they came in, but before this guy could get anything out of his mouth, he happened to walk in on a whole bunch of people. We were all in here, we're all talking about a bunch of different things and all this stuff is happening. And I was like, hey, you.
You muted yourself. We can't hear you.
I think her laptop left the show.
Well, she's muted. We can't hear her.
Yeah. And she can't hear out of that phone, so she has no idea what we're saying.
Can't hear you.
You're muted.
You're
We
muted.
have a terrified child in the background, so we can't stay unmuted for a little bit.
Yeah,
but I
he's
think it's
screaming,
so funny.
and I'm about to message mom to tell him to die.
God, she's gonna be so mad. Oh, but that looks so fucking cool. Like, freaking cool.
Fine.
Yep.
They're just finding.
Oh my god, it's little guys!
Dude,
Ah, that's so cute!
Like that. You're looking so- Oh, I love that one. I love that one.
Oh my
Just-
gosh.
just-
I love
we just need to tell her to shut up and take your money, right?
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money. That's from
I would not do this, but those two on the end that were the same length, they turned them into nunchucks.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
There were tall people that come in the shop
See, here's
occasionally.
the
I just
yellow
imagine
one
them hitting their
here,
heads on.
too.
Oh,
Oh, the yellow one came off. See, look and hanging right there like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, all these dragons are really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's another rainbow dragon that looks awesome. I just love all these. Oh yeah, hanging dragon, wing spread.
Is this your Muppet version of Lolly?
Oh yeah, it's all good because I can't hear anything, but that's okay.
We just need to not tell her. Oh, that's
that's
gorgeous.
Is that like that's totally an acrylic
Oh, that's
for
for
a dragon.
sure an acrylic.
That looks like something. That almost makes me think of. It looks like whoever made that did like different colored plastics, as opposed to painting, which I think would look really cool.
Yeah, it could
Wait,
be
is
that,
that-
or
is
it
that-
could be that they put all the.
Wait, is that
paints in
hanging
it
or is it
and
against the
flipped
wall?
it.
Actually, flat against the wall there.
It was flat against the wall.
That was cool. I thought it was hanging there for a sec.
What the heck?
Now she gets to figure it out.
Oh no, you guys probably didn't hear any of that, did you?
We did not.
Nope.
I did about
So
30
my-
seconds.
Oh no, so lame. I
That's
hate you, interwebs.
That's okay, because Lord Vovoid was doing a voice for you, so it worked out good.
Yes, we're doing
We
all-
narrated it.
Yes, lots of oohing and eyeing.
You're
Okay. I'm trying to do it.
Basically, we all said, "Shut up and take our money."
Yeah. Excuse me.
so. Quick question. Oh, now she's muted again.
There.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
Quick question. The
Okay,
last
what's the
dragon.
question?
The last dragon you showed, the one that was flat against the wall, was
Yeah.
that painted like that, or did they take like different colored plastics and basically kind of melted it into the shape?
I don't know. I was saying at that point in time that I didn't order that. That arrived today at my shop from in this box, and I didn't order that. As I don't know where it came from, but it's addressed definitely to me. And
There was no.
here's the return address.
It's a wonderful surprise. That's what it is.
So,
Okay.
and I'm like, who sent me this? Did
What-
I?
Was
Did
that a
somebody tell me they were
vendor?
gonna send me something, and I don't know. It's possible that somebody said they were gonna send me something, and it all got like lost in them. I don't know, but I don't recall anybody telling me they were gonna send me anything like that, and I certainly didn't buy that. But it arrived addressed to me on the day that all of the dragons came for the dragon hatchery. So I was like, I'm going to put it on the wall, and then I'm going to put a sign below it that says Dragon Hatchery in that corner of the store. And that's what I was saying while nobody could hear me.
I would like to say that it looked like it might be an example of where they spread the paint on top of water and dip it in.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I have no idea. It's got a nice glossy finish to it, though. It's a nice piece for sure.
I give something.
Does it
Yeah.
does it feel heavy or more like say acrylic or some kind of plastic?
No, it feels like it's wood that has some kind of paint over the top of it.
Okay. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? This is so, I don't even know, but I guess it was meant to be here, and now it has a place immediately. So
Professor Greenman pointed out to me that it was flat against there because initially I thought it was just kind of hanging, and then after he said that, I realized there was no shadow behind it. It's like, oh shoot, you're right. That's really cool.
I nailed it up. Well, the ceilings here, those ceilings are at an angle, and so I nailed it up to the ceiling. So that I could kind of make a sign of it, because on that shelf below are a whole bunch of dragon and fairy figurines, and I think that like also I'm gonna be putting I'm gonna work towards a couple of things. I'm gonna have a bulletin board downstairs where I have excuse me, a whole bunch of quests up on the bulletin board. And then I'm going to also, I think I'm going to work on getting a magic potion station set up where I can make people's potions on site that they want to have made when they come into the store. So like with bottles that have all the different, waters and ingredients and fragrances and other such things. So
Cool.
Yeah. We'll see. Anyway, that's my exciting dragon hatchery news. I have a whole bunch of things, but that's today's. So so many things. I could just talk forever, but so I won't. But I think I will let Ion. Maybe we can go forth and do the articles.
Yep, I've selected 2 articles already, following the flooding theme, if you will.
Well, if you read the articles and you put them on the screen and embiggen them, since I'm on with the computer tonight, I might be able to actually read them and do the reading tonight.
All right, sounds good. Article number 1, underwater music show spotlights coral reef protection.
Cool.
Article number 2, strange 5,000-year-old submerged city was discovered in southern Greece. So if you want to hear about an underwater music show, press number 1. And if you want to hear about a submerged city discovered in Greece, press number 2.
You guys better want to hear about that submerged city.
That's
literally what I just said, but
exactly
I was covering my
Edwin
mouth
was
with
saying.
my magic mirror because it's like I want to hear about the underwater city.
Get out. You gotta wait. If there's a tie, then you get to vote.
I know, which is why I was keeping my mouth shut.
But then you said something.
Wait, what?
Oh, you said we gotta wait to vote, but
I said vote. It doesn't get to vote, and they have to wait until if the tie.
I really hope they pick number 2 because I'm really
should be putting their votes into the chat right now. But I only see one vote, and that's Lord Voivode. But I see that there's people watching, so I'm not sure about that.
Lord.
Put your votes in, you guys. Hit 1 or 2 based on which article you want to hear.
Article.
What?
Uno or dos?
Uno or due. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So technically the timer has run out, and this tells me that we've gotten no votes from the audience.
We got a tie.
Right. We get to vote.
So, you in the audience, if you wish to vote for, let's start with this. Qamar.
In the audience, no. Okay, I'm gonna talk now. I'm sorry. I'm taking over. Nobody in the audience voted. That means everybody here on the screen, hold up your fingers for which article you want. 1 or 2. We have 3 votes for 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4 votes for 2.
It's an underwater city, bro. It plays on the Booyahs.
Are you telling me if there are 2 people on this? Oh, okay, I get it. Fine. All right, I'll bring it up. Let's see. It should be this article right here.
That's right. They're too slow to say. They're too slow to say no. So that's it.
That's not good.
What's not good?
Well, the link isn't going to page not found.
Oh, all right.
Maybe
Well, article number 1 then.
Let me do a quick search, see if I
Get
can
your
find
way
it.
anyway.
Oh, he's gonna try and find it.
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
How about you don't and just click the first article because it's going to take you
Okay.
forever to do that, and the show has to move along.
Fine. All right. I'll do that.
How about while I'm reading, if you can find that article, then we can look at it next.
Yep.
Okay.
So it should be sharing
Underwater
now.
music show. I kind of want to know how an underwater music show was achieved. I'll be honest. Both of these sounded like.
Oh my God, they're playing stringed instruments and trumpets and stuff.
I feel like playing an electric guitar underwater is how you die.
Is that like a toaster in the bathtub?
No, just hook it up to the electric eel.
I weirdly can't see whatever you're sharing on the computer screen. I can only see, I guess it's probably because it's frozen. All right, well, let's see if I can read this. Let's see. Hundreds of divers and snorkelers listened to an underwater concert that advocated coral reef protection Saturday in the Florida Keys. The Lower Keys Underwater Music Festival, which also, so I guess it's a regular thing, which also spotlighted eco-conscious diving, took place at, I can't see that word, something Louis Key Reef. Is that, did I say that right? It looks like Looe.
Yes.
Okay. An area of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, located about 6 miles south of Big Pine Key. Established in 1990, the sanctuary protects 3,800 square miles of waters, including the barrier reef that parallels the 125-mile-long island chain. Participants swam among Louis Key's colorful marine life and coral formations while listening to water-themed music broadcasts by a local radio station. The music was piped undersea through waterproof speakers suspended beneath boats above the reef. The Oceanic Playlist, how do you listen to it underwater, though? Like,
Okay, so I don't know if you've ever tried to be in the pool with friends and then dive underneath and start screaming out words to see if you can understand what your friend is saying.
It's like that, but on a bigger scale. And with the
I
speaker.
think it would be much easier with a speaker because there's no air escaping your mouth while you're doing it.
So it is possible to alter the sounds coming out of a speaker to make it work underwater. But I don't know if they did that.
Who knows? Let's see. The Oceanic Playlist included the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, Jimmy Buffett's Fins, and the theme from The Little Mermaid. Tunes were interspersed with diver awareness messages about ways to minimize environmental impacts on the world's coral reefs, whose rich biodiversity has led them to be called the rainforests of the sea. While the festival's primary purpose was to encourage reef preservation, it also afforded a singular underwater experience. Mermaids and other costumed characters added unique visual elements to the auditory offering on part of the continental United States' only living coral barrier reef. The 4-hour musical event was staged by local radio station 104.1 FM and the Lower Keys Chamber of Commerce. Scroll.
Sorry, I was looking for a thing. Oh, it's just the caption to this photo.
Oh, cool photo.
That is a pretty cool photo.
I don't even know how that doesn't wreck your wooden harp to do.
They probably have a really good seal on it, but still, like where the string is attached would get messed up, I think.
Maybe they
Either
just
that it
got
wasn't a real wooden harp, because I don't think anybody would risk their like a good wooden harp like that.
I kind of want to know how they achieved it. I'll be honest.
An underwater harp.
I suppose it's possible we could play this YouTube video for a short period of time, but I don't think we should.
Is it just me, or is everybody in the audience exceptionally quiet tonight?
Everybody's pretty quiet tonight.
Well, okay.
So I have found an article about the oldest submerged sunken city in Greece.
Ooh, okay, hold up. Let's see.
So I don't know if that was the one it was about, but it is what I found.
Well, what was the original article title?
The original article title was
Archaeologists find
a strange 5,000-year-old submerged city was discovered in southern Greece, was the title. But the article I found is not from the same periodical, if you will. It's from a place called Secret Greece. So, where to go with it? Because at least it's a sunken city.
I know, but I don't want to just read about any sunken city. I want to read about this sunken city. 5,000. Okay. So, Pavla Petrie, the oldest sunken city in the world, is revealed. Pavla Petrie. Ooh, boy, that's pretty tiny. Pavla Petrie is the oldest submerged city in the world, and only in 2011 became known to the world when BBC visited this place and, using specialist laser scanning techniques on location, accurately recreated three-dimensional models of artifacts. In 1904, the geologists, I can't read that name, it's too small, Fokion Negri.
Yes.
Okay, reported an ancient city in the seabed between the island of a word I can't see because it's too small.
Vani Isios?
And Beach Punta
Yep.
in southern Laconia. Later in 1967, oceanographer Dr. Nicholas Fleming, well, that's a funny name, University of Southampton, visited the underwater city and found the existence of an ancient submerged city in a depth of 3 to 4 meters. I don't understand that. He visited the city and found an underwater, like, of course, if you visited the underwater city, then what's a surprise about finding?
It sounds like maybe they found a deeper section of the city, or they found a separate city that was nearby but deeper.
It's like we visited the underwater city and we found an underwater city.
No, what I think they're trying to say is that the geologists speculated there would be one, and then this guy actually found it, but it wasn't very deep either. It was only 3 to 4 meters deep, so it's...
So let's see. Okay. In 1968, Dr. Nicholas Fleming returned to the place with a group of young archaeologists from the University of Cambridge, and in collaboration with Professor Angelo somebody, they mapped and dated the sunken city. They discovered, I can't read that, there's something in the way, an ad.
They discovered
Okay, they discovered a rare prehistoric residential town with many buildings and streets and even squares. Based on the findings, the team of the University of Cambridge announced that the place, firstly inhabited in 2800 BC, while the buildings and streets dating from the Mycenaean period of 1680 to 1180 BC. Scientists believe that the city was submerged perhaps by an earthquake of 8 magnitude. That's a pretty big earthquake. Let's see, around 1000 BC, while others date the earthquake to around 375 AD. This person uses a lot of exclamation points.
No, really?
Sorry.
In 2007, Dr. John Henderson, Dr. John Henderson and Dr. somebody Frenchman from the University of Nottingham visited Pavla Perry, and in collaboration with the director of the Effort of Underwater Antiquities. Oh my God, when the names are just so long and they put all the names of all the things to see, undertook a research program for further archaeological investigations. Let's see. The project had a duration of 5 years, 2009 to 2013. And it aimed to shed light on research questions concerning the dating and character of the submerged village in, I can't read that word, it's too small.
Elophonesos.
Spell it.
Elofonisos.
Elofo in Elophonesos.
Yeah, sure.
And the role of the town in the control of the Laconian Gulf. So far, 15 buildings with at least 12 rooms each. Geez, these people rich back then? 12-room homes. Let's see. Each have been identified, as well as a complex water management system with canals and water pipes. So, I'm telling you, man, ancient Greeks and Romans, they knew what they were doing. Let's see. So if you're interested in underwater archaeology, this is the ideal place, as the architectural remains of this sunken city are available, let's see, at a depth of about 3 meters. 3 meters, that's like 9 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 meters is 10 feet roughly.
How did it take them so long to find a city that was only under 9 feet of water?
You have to know it's there.
No. Have you ever seen 9 feet of water? You can see to the bottom practically.
No. What they're saying is that when you're at 3 to 4 meters below the surface, you can see it. Not that the city is that far below.
But it doesn't. Those aren't the words that it says on the screen. Why am I muted?
It says the remains of the sunken city are visible at the depth of about 3 meters.
Oh.
So that means you have to be 10 feet under the surface of the water to see it.
Well, that's pretty shallow still.
It is. But you sort of have to know it's there to find it. Like, someone has to go looking. Let's
All right. Pick the next 2 articles, Ion. What are they?
All right. All right.
Something more weird and less sciencey.
Something more weird and less sciencey.
Yeah, if I had the list in front of me, I'd pick some articles. But you always pick all these science articles. I want something weird.
Well, okay.
Weird news. Come on, weird news.
Man with the world's longest time. Well, let's come back with that.
Why are we coming back to that one? That sounded weird.
Yes, but I'm looking for a second one.
Oh.
I don't want to leave it hanging by itself.
Leave it like. I burnt my tongue today eating food. I mean, drinking tea, not eating food.
Okay. A man with the world's longest tongue uses it to paint.
Ew.
Is number 1.
To paint?
Yes.
That's what it says.
That sounds.
I was asked for weird. I'm providing weird.
That is pretty weird.
Good job.
Versus number 2, Colorado State Fair competition names an unlikely winner. AI made artwork. So, if you would rather hear about the guy who paints with his tongue, press number 1. If you want to hear about AI winning artwork competitions, press number 2.
That means you people in the audience.
I hate AI art, so I know exactly what I'm going to vote for.
The tongue painter, or press number 1, or the AI art, press number 2. You guys have until that timer runs out. There.
Who did the painting? Either a tongue or a computer, you know?
Well, at least we know he uses non-toxic paints, because I imagine it'd be a very short career if he didn't.
Well, some things take a long time to kill you.
Well, or go nuts. It's like, the whole term "mad as a hatter" came around because hat makers in the Victorian era,
Haberdashery,
used mercury to smooth out their materials. Actual mercury with their hands.
So
Massaging it in.
poisonous. No, that's so bad.
Well,
But people used to actually ingest mercury as medicine. So that's terrible.
Okay, the timer has run out.
I wonder if there are people watching on platforms and we can't see what they're saying because it's not coming through.
That could be.
The last thing I see is from WeiRd before the last article. So
until we figure out how to solve that issue, we currently have no votes from the audience. So that means
everybody hold your fingers up. What do you want? Everybody wants number 1. We all want to hear about the tongue painter.
I don't, but I don't want to hear about AI art.
Because we followed your suggestion and got away from the computers, which are sciencey.
Yeah, and AI art is usually so.
Okay.
Well, even with AI art, they're still having problems with hands, and it just looks weird.
What? AI art is having problems with hands?
Yeah, if you look at AI art where it shows hands and arm positions, you get some really weird looking ones.
Yeah.
Well, hands are supposed to be some of the hardest things to draw.
All right.
Nice.
Lolly, are you able to
scroll down? Oh my God. Good Lord. That guy is giving Gene Simmons a run for his money. Okay, let's see. A California man whose 3.97-inch tongue earned him a Guinness World Record. Whose 3.97-inch tongue who earned him a Guinness World Record, said that he has found an unusual way to put his tongue muscle to work, painting. Nick Strobel, who was awarded the world record for the longest tongue for men, when it was officially measured at 3.97 inches from tip to teeth in 2012, showed off his unusual painting skills during an appearance on ITV series This Morning. Is that the one we were on?
It was.
That is the one we were on. Okay. How do you figure out that your thing in life is to be a tongue painter?
Well, clearly with the world's longest tongue, you need to find something to do with it, right? And so
yeah,
you
you gotta be.
want to experiment with tongue-related things to do?
No,
I imagine
painting is not on, I think, the normal list of tongue-related things to do.
Maybe it was discovered while doing something else.
Maybe he's like, you know how there's like toilet thoughts where like you're sitting on the toilet and you're like, man, I could do this thing. Maybe he was sitting on the toilet and he was like, I could paint with my tongue.
My God, I hope
I was going to go with the thought of maybe he had drank, or nothing against people that did some smoking of certain herbs and thought, yeah. Oh yeah,
I should do this.
But by the way, the article says that in a minute that he's avoiding a toxic issue.
So wait, are you reading ahead? Is that what you're doing? You're not
I'm
letting
reading.
me-
I'm reading slightly ahead, saying that he avoided
Don't
the
do
toxic.
that. We're talking. I'm about to start reading. Don't do that. Let's see. Strawberry showed hosts Philip and Holly how he wraps his tongue in plastic wrap. Weird. Before that's even weirder.
Yeah.
Would you rather he use some other prophylactic?
Before dipping it in paint and using it to draw on canvas. How do you even get that? Does he use a rubber band? The record breaker said that he has been given the nickname Picasso, like Picasso, but
that's not how I read it. That's not how I read it.
Oh no.
And now you guys know too.
Okay.
Did he not understand or look at it and realize what it can be interpreted as?
He just didn't care.
Listen, I read it correctly, everybody. Of all the weird things to read, that one I got. I was like, oh yeah, Picasso, that's funny. That's a good pun. And then until you said something, I was like, what do you mean that's not how you read it?
And now you're never not going to see it.
Now I can't unsee it. It's true. For his unusual painting method, he said his paintings have sold for up to $1,200. Look, I'll be honest. If I could get a small painting from a dude that used his tongue to paint it, that I would consider it. It would be kind of a weird thing to have, right?
He holds the Guinness World Record for the longest tongue on the planet, which is an incredible 3.97 inches.
That is almost disturbing.
That is kind
almost.
It looks like it's curved under his chin.
You.
It does. Hold on. Yeah.
0.1 centimeters long. You can obviously lick your nose. I mean, that would be an obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, not how he writes
Okay,
it
just
along the
stop.
tip of his
Just
nose.
stop. No more.
I just wanted to see. I just want to scroll ahead and see if.
Oh
we
yeah,
see him
you
actually
can
doing
find
it.
him actually doing the painting sample. Okay, do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. No, keep going. Picasso.
I'm glad it's after 8:30.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Actually.
we're getting closer. Getting closer.
Do you want to see him wrap his tongue in plastic?
Kind
Okay.
of, but I'm gonna regret
First, so always wrap my tongue in cling film, and then I'll add the paint, and I'll
Okay.
get to work.
How did you discover you could do this?
See,
Well,
what in the weirdness? I
it.
told you. See, that was the question I asked.
saw a YouTube video of a man painting with his tongue. I thought that's pretty cool.
I can't imagine how that sticks on there. I know it's clear film, but
It sticks to each other.
Yeah, I would
I
think
mean,
it's because
saran
it
wrap
sticks
does,
to each
but it
other.
doesn't stick to your tongue though.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I thought I would try it, but I want to put cling film so that way.
This
I got a little
dude,
bust.
his family's gotta be so darn proud of him.
Okay, keep going
Oh,
forward.
that's one word for it.
I mean, mad props for him to be able to sell a painting he did with his tongue for $1,200.
Oh my God, are you?
There's an
That's
air
very
of The
good.
Simpsons about all of
That's
these, isn't
it.
there? I mean, I
That's-
like the
too
style,
far.
actually. I do like the style.
What? I do like the style. No, what are you talking about?
It's a child's painting.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going back a little. We're gonna. Okay, what's here? We're gonna watch this dude paint.
Stamina.
Okay, there
There's,
we go.
there's an
That's
air
very
of the
Doesn't even show it.
Why did you skip past it?
I didn't skip nothing.
It was show. He had the tongue on his thing, and then when he went to
Yeah, as soon as he put paint on his tongue, and then it skipped to an image of his painting.
Yeah, it did.
Lame, we
I
didn't
didn't
even
skip
see him
nothing.
do it.
No.
Oh, that sucks. You guys robbed us. Goodbye, ITV. We don't want to see you.
I feel cheated now.
I feel
Yeah,
cheated
me too.
too.
We had to watch him wiggle his tongue and for nothing.
I feel he deserves the other name I gave him.
Just for that,
Rob!
he's Licasso, not Licasso. Licasso.
No, that'll be his stripper name.
What do you do, Licasso? That'll be extra.
No, they say that. Sir, your name's Licasso? Yes. What do you do?
Say it again. Say it again. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. I did
Well,
that.
actually,
It's
I'm
after
really good at
8:30.
making
We're
breakfast
good.
in bed.
Wait, what'd you just say?
What do you do? Well, actually, I'm just really good at making breakfast in bed. Oh, not what I would have guessed, but okay.
Oh.
Just does something totally unrelated to the name, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Whew. Okay, you guys. It is 9:09. Do we want to do one more article? Or do we want to call it?
I'd say let's do one more because I felt cheated.
I did feel a little cheated. What do you guys think?
Come on.
One
My
more.
vote is
One
technically
more.
call it. I'm just the weather changed like twice recently, and I just don't feel well. But I can stick it out if that's what we want to do as a group.
Let's hear what Ion has for us. Let's do one more. We'll try to get it done in 10 minutes.
Let's see. Not sciencey, but weird. Okay.
It's weird news, not science news.
Well, it was weird science news too.
He's like,
No, that's nothing.
Starting to think Ion's some kind of mad scientist.
It's because he's like the Mr. Weasley of the group. He's like super fascinated with the Muggle world. He can't unmugglify himself. See, now you know how it feels when it's me that's doing this, right?
Yeah, I've experienced this before. It's hard to pick.
And I agree with your weather changing there, Qamar, because after this weekend they said, "Oh, everything's going to get down to 80," and today it was like 89 over where I'm at. So it's like, okay, so
yeah, I was
So much cooler than here.
I was over at a Fairy Friends, and the weather changed drastically, and then I got from there over to the Kitsap area where the weather's also very different. And
so
you're struggling.
our building at work finally got the air conditioning working just
Oh
as
my
I
gosh.
was finished.
I am gonna. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay.
All right.
So Professor Greenman and Raynwulf were asking me about Imbolc and what it was going to be, and I was going to say, Lord Voivode, if you and Phoenix and or Illyria or somebody out there can find a possible venue or two, we could potentially do Imbolc out that direction next year.
Yeah, I can take a look, see what I can find.
which
Can't
direction is it?
Are you ready?
Over Spokane, Washington.
Yeah. Eastways. Phoenix keeps bugging me to bring an event out there, but I can't do it if I don't have a place to do it. And you guys are the people that are local. All right. What do you got, Ion? Go.
Rabbits pictured surfing on sheep's back to escape rising floodwaters.
Yes.
I'm not sure I actually heard you correctly, but go on.
I'll just repeat it. If you want to hear about rabbits surfing on sheep's backs to escape floodwater, you press number 1.
Yeah, I did hear you correctly. And number 2.
Snakes, lizards, and desserts make it in Malaysia's first reptile cafe.
Snakes, lizards, and desserts?
As in the reptiles are in the desserts?
We have to figure that out if we choose the article.
Oh.
I think it's kind of supposed. I think, and this is again just a guess. It's supposed to be like one of those kitten or puppy cafes where you could go in, have like coffee and desserts.
That's
and stuff
what I was
like that.
thinking,
It's
but I
a
needed clarification before I chose that one, and was very upsettingly surprised.
Oh, like you pick which one
So,
you like to cook?
Number 1
Cuddle
about
with. What the fuck? Oh.
if you want to vote for rabbits surfing on sheep's backs to escape floods, press number 1. If you want to hear about snakes and lizards at a cafe, press number 2.
I'm just saying.
I'm just kind of scared of lizard fricassee.
Let's see. Lizard fricassee.
I want to do the lizard cafe, and I'm hoping that it is cuddling with the lizards and not eating the lizards, because if it is, I'll cry.
I feel like we're just safe. Audience, this means you. If you want to hear about rabbits surfing on the backs of sheep, press number 1. And if you want to hear about snakes and lizards in a cafe for dessert, but we're not sure what that means exactly, press number 2. You have until that timer runs out.
Right.
Come on, audience, you can do it. Pave the way.
I'm a little weirded out. I think how many people are doing stuff and we're not able to see it. Because because it's pretty uncommon for there to be that much silence, and like so uncommon as in like it never ever happens. So
in our comment section, it shows like I think it shows Twitch and Facebook, and that's empty. And then in the YouTube section, it's empty as well.
Yeah, but there are like 6 different Facebook channels, and they don't always all come through, and so that's the thing that's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, doesn't it normally all like do an invite, like where it's all like hello, hello, hello?
Well, the timer has run out, and so since we don't seem to be getting any comments from the audience, I think it's time for us to vote. So, number 1, if you want to hear about rabbits riding sheep, and number 2, if you want to hear about lizards and snakes at cafes.
I want number 1.
I'm gonna do number 1 just in case. Like,
It seems that number 1 is weaning.
Weaning.
That we want to hear about. We want to hear about bunnies surfing on sheeps.
Yes.
Edwin put up a 1 as well.
But
We can't go wrong with that.
I just hope it's not like a Watership Down bunny.
Oh my gosh.
Only one way to find out.
One way or another.
Oh no,
What's happening? Stop doing this thing.
we lost.
Oh.
We lost.
No, I'm here. No,
Okay.
what? Can you guys hear me?
We
Yes,
can hear
we
you,
can.
we just can't see you. Wait, what? Oh yeah, we did 1. That's right.
I accidentally closed my other window. Sorry. I'm here though. I can hear you guys.
You want me to read it out?
Yeah.
Rabbits pictured surfing on sheep's backs to escape rising floodwaters. Farmers couldn't believe it when they saw the wild rabbits riding atop the herd. Cute.
oh my god, they're adorable.
They're so,
That's so cute.
So cute.
They're all wet and stuff. Look at
This
them.
was definitely the right article.
Oh, poor
Feedback.
babies.
You're echoing.
A farmer has photographed wild rabbits riding on the backs of sheep to escape rising floodwaters during heavy rain in New Zealand. Ferg Horn, 64, said he had never seen anything like it and snapped the pictures because he knew his family would never believe what he had witnessed. I couldn't believe it for a start, he added.
Close that thing.
Mr. Horn was trudging through the deluge to rescue a neighbor's 40 sheep from the floodwaters on Saturday at their South Island farm near Dunedin, when he spotted some dark shapes from a distance. He was puzzled because he knew his neighbor, who was away in Russia attending a nephew's wedding, did not have any black-faced sheep. Then he saw the bedraggled wild rabbits hitching a ride, two atop one sheep and a third on another.
It's bedraggled, not bedraggled. I love the word bedraggled. Like the rabbits, they got like their drag queen rabbits. They're bedraggled.
It's like bedazzled.
Bedraggled.
The sheep were huddled together on a high spot on the farm, standing in about 3 inches of water. Mr. Horn said the rabbits had got wet, but seemed fairly comfortable and relaxed atop their fleeced friends.
That's adorable.
The farmer typically shoots rabbits, which are considered pests in New Zealand, when he sees one, but they showed no such initiative. I thought they deserved to live, those rabbits, he said. Mr. Horn herded the sheep to a patch of dry ground on the farm about 50 meters away. As they jumped through the water, the rabbits had a jolly good try at staying on, he said. He added, the rabbits appeared to cling onto the wool with their paws. They fell off as they reached higher ground, but managed to climb a hedge to safety. Mr. Horn returned later that afternoon to find the floodwaters receding, the sheep all safe, and the rabbits long gone. The farmer's home also remained dry.
That's amazing.
So let's look at those bunnies on
Look how wet they are. They're so soaked, poor little bunnies.
This feels like the plot line to a Don Bluth animated film.
A Don Blue? What's that?
Don Bluth, he did Secret of Nim, Five Goes West.
Oh, like that would be the one of the first scenes or something.
Yeah, that would require a long conversation between the rabbits and the sheep.
It was hair raising.
Yeah.
Hair raising. Oh no. All right, you guys. It is 9:19. It is 9:19, and so we're pretty much gonna go ahead and call it a night here.
Before we get bedraggled.
That's right. Don't get me
bedraggled and.
Remember that this Friday, so day after tomorrow, we have our hedge game of the month at 8 p.m. in the Discord. You can find the links for that in the low bar down below, and come join us, please. It is on video, but you guys can always it's voice and video. So you guys can turn your images off. You do get extra. You do get an extra dross roll if you dress up. So. And I think that more or less that's everything that I have tonight. I mean, just over the next week, I'm going to be putting out a lot of updates, getting things, that have been a little bit kind of waiting on the back burner, some stuff on Patreon, blah, blah, blah. So pay attention to all of that. And I don't know, does anybody else have anything they want to throw out there?
Thank you, Lolly, for coming to the post.
Just make sure to brush your hair. You don't want to wake up with your hair all bedraggled in the morning.
Bedraggled. What about you, Voivode, Ion? Anything you guys want to throw in?
Just that now I have to go through some stuff because I had a couple of not only that I got a couple Kickstarters that came in, and so I'm going to go through those and see how they were going. Including one that was I think this is like another tarot deck, but it came with extra stuff, so it'll be interesting to check through there.
We should have like a tarot deck sharing thing on the show sometime where we all pick out a favorite one of our decks and then share them. That would be fun.
Yeah, like we each pick a card or something for a segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to do that next week?
Oh, sure. I have tarot cards. Mine are manga tarot cards, so we can do the Under the Sea ones.
Supernatural tarot cards.
I've got several sets I can do that with.
Oh, I think you have one or two, yeah.
Just a few.
All right, you guys. Love you all, and we will see you next week. Same FAE time, same FAE channel. Somewhere in here we have a ending.
Hello and
thing.
welcome
Let's
to
see.
FAE Productions.
Let's see
We
if I
hope
can
you
find
enjoyed
that.
our show with your
Yay.
host, Fairy Princess Ollie. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you had fun with our FAE crew. Don't forget to click that little bell icon to get notifications of upcoming shows. And if you're looking to support your fellow FAE, fly on over to our Patreon, links below.
Did it?